Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something really important. How to support a friend dealing with mental illness. And look, this isn't about trying to be their therapist, okay? It's more about being a good, compassionate guide when they're going through it.
Exactly. Our mission here is to pull out some, clear, practical ideas from the sources. Because real support, it's a relationship, it moves, it changes, it's not just a checklist. We want to give you the tools to go from feeling concerned to actually doing something helpful. And, super important, how to look after yourself in the process. Think of it like finding your bearings.
Okay, so where do we start? How do you even tell if a friend is just down or if it's something more serious? What are those first flags?
Yeah, that's the tricky part, isn't it? It's often about the shift, not just what you're seeing, but how long it lasts and how intense it feels, Look for changes lasting more than, say, 2 weeks, like pulling away, always tired, maybe not taking care of themselves like usual, or big mood swings, losing interest in things they loved, maybe even self-harm hints, or big changes in eating or sleeping. And remember, these are symptoms. They're not character flaws or weaknesses.
Right. Seeing it through that sort of clinical lens helps fight the stigma, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes it about compassion. So when you feel ready to actually, say something,
Yeah.
how do you start that conversation?
Exactly right. It shifts you from judgment to understanding gently. Just, mention what you've noticed. Say why you're concerned. Keep your tone really compassionate, definitely non-judgmental. The idea is just to open the door a little bit, carefully.
And the setting matters too, right? Find somewhere quiet, private. A walk can be good, maybe less pressure than sitting face to face. Definitely avoid times when you're both rushed. And body language helps open posture, gentle tone.
Absolutely. Now, once you are talking, here's something kind of counterintuitive. Your biggest impact might not be the advice you give, but just the space you hold. Being present, really listening, actively, which means no interrupting, no jumping in with solutions right away. Just try reflecting back what you hear. Okay, so it sounds like you're feeling, or what I'm hearing you say is stuff like that. It's powerful.
Yeah, that leads to how we phrase things. Using I statements like, I've noticed you seem a bit withdrawn lately. Is everything okay? Feels way less like an attack than you're always. And those little validating phrases, they're like, gold. Wow, that sounds really tough. Or it makes total sense you'd feel that way.
Totally. And it's good to get why they work. They cut through that awful feeling of shame or isolation. They say, you're not broken for feeling this. Ooh.
Okay.
So yeah, avoid the cliches like just snap out of it or be positive. Ooh. Instead, try I'm here or what would be helpful right now, or even just your feelings are valid. Validation helps fight the guilt. It empowers them.
Okay, so we've listened, we've shown empathy. What about doing something? How do we offer practical help?
Well, sometimes it's the everyday stuff that gets overwhelming. So you could offer to help with, say, cooking, maybe tidying up, doing a grocery run. But, and this is key, always ask first. Don't just take over. Aim to help them participate, not become dependent. Maybe offer to help sort out appointments or even just give them a ride there. Little logistical things can be huge.
And it's so important to remember, like you said, we're friends, not therapists. Our support is vital, but it doesn't replace professional help. But lots of people resist getting that help, right? Stigma, fear, maybe cultural stuff. How do we gently nudge them?
Yeah, that resistance is real. One way is to frame it around their goals. What do they want for their life? Connect getting help to that. Reassure them it's actually a sign of strength, a brave step to take. And here's a funny thing, a sort of paradox. Sometimes taking on the annoying practical bits, like finding potential therapists, making that first call, maybe even offering to go with them to the first appointment, that actually removes a massive barrier. So by doing that for them, you kind of give them more control, more agency over their own recovery.
I see. But sometimes things escalate, right? Sometimes it feels like a crisis. We need to know what to do then. What are those signs?
Yeah, absolutely. Be alert for any threats of self-harm, pulling away completely, sudden anger or violence, maybe strange or delusional ways of talking. And always take any talk of suicide very seriously. Don't dismiss it. If someone's having a panic attack, try to stay calm yourself. Get them somewhere quiet if possible. Use short, simple sentences. Help them focus on something simple, repetitive, like counting slowly or stamping their feet, grounding stuff. And reassure them, you can get through this. Or, I know this feels scary, but it's not dangerous.
And if you are worried about suicide risk, ask. Ask directly. Are you thinking about suicide, or do you have a plan? Asking won't put the idea there. Get help immediately. Call or text 988, that's the National Crisis and Suicide Lifeline, it's 247, or call 911 if there's immediate danger. Stay with them. Don't leave them alone. And if you can, make the environment safer. Remove access to things like guns or pills. You become their anchor then.
And through all this, there's a real risk to you, the supporter. Caregiver burnout. It's serious. The symptoms can look like stress or depression in yourself, feeling irritable, angry, withdrawn, losing interest in your own stuff. There's this phrase about being so busy taking care of other things and other people that you have no time left for self-care. That's a massive red flag.
Which brings us to boundaries. Setting them isn't selfish, right? It's actually necessary if you want to keep supporting them long term. They're just clear guidelines. You don't need to feel guilty or make excuses for having them.
Exactly. You really can't pour from an empty cup. So build your own support system. Other friends, family, maybe a support group for people helping others. And crucially, talk about how you're feeling. To someone you trust, maybe even a professional yourself. Your well-being is actually part of your friend's recovery process, too.
Wow. Okay, so this deep dive really shows supporting a friend is, well, it's a lot. It's complex, it's meaningful, it involves seeing the signs, listening well, offering practical help, guiding towards professionals, knowing what to do in a crisis, and critically taking care of yourself.
It really is a dynamic partnership. It has to adapt because your friend's journey won't be a straight line. It'll have ups and downs. So maybe the thought to leave you with today is this. Reflecting on everything we've discussed, what's one thing you will prioritize for your own well-being so you can be the best support possible?